Hi again. So this is the first week of Optifast. I went into the doctor's on Monday and weighed in. My scale showed me as being 85 kilos. Theirs showed me as being 87, and I guess that's the measure that they're going to be taken because that's what's being sent to the surgeon. So today's Thursday, day 3 of Optifast. I started on Tuesday. Tuesday was a rough day. Awful day, and tears in the evening. Felt quite pathetic really, but really struggling. Not feeling very well at all. I spoke to a doctor friend and she suggested that it would be caffeine and also carbohydrate withdrawals, and I'd agree with that because I was a bit of a carbohydrate fiend. And could chow down on a lot of carbohydrates, especially in the evening. So that's a big change for me, and to go from being able to eat whatever you want and having as many carbs as you want and calories as you want to being sort of ring fenced to 600 to 800 calories a day, being quite hard. Yesterday wasn't as bad. Today is a lot better. I've lost 2 kilos since Monday. So far going well. Tips. Read the documentation that's given to you from the hospital. Number 1. Silly me. Didn't do that. Read the packet of the Optifast. Stuck to that. And it said green leafy non-starchy vegetables. So I looked it up on the internet, which left me with a very limited list. Much more limited than what you actually allowed on the Optifast. So for the first 2 days it was a bit rubbish, and I was having broccoli and Brussels sprouts and beans and pretty much being bored out of my tree and not realising that I was allowed to use things like balsamic vinegar, soy sauce, tomato paste, that I could actually do something with the vegetables, and I was allowed onions and garlic and some tasty things like that, and tomatoes. So after finding that out, today I made up some ratatouille, which was absolutely divine, with tomatoes and onions and garlic and some broccoli, Brussels sprouts and beans in it. And made that up and put some balsamic in it, and it was just fantastic, really tasty, and I was feeling much happier about that. So one of the things I've noticed, my pattern in terms of getting hungry, so I've realised that about mid-morning, getting close to lunchtime, I'm quite hungry, and later in the afternoon, like 3 o'clock, absolutely starving. I know that this will pass, that I know that the first 3 days to 4 days are the worst until your body gets into ketosis. But here's my plan anyway, and I'm definitely going to employ this plan when I go back to work on Monday. So what my plan is milkshake, the shake in the morning. It's quite filling, it's actually tasty. I like the vanilla and I like the strawberry, they're good. One thing I'd say is don't buy the soup. It's not good, and on all the forums everybody says the soup's disgusting, including the chicken soup. The smell of it just made me want to gag, and visually it didn't look very nice either. What is nice is the strawberry shake, the vanilla shake, the chocolate dessert. I haven't been able to buy the lemon one. I'm a lemon fiend, so hoping it comes back in stock. The berry bar is not too bad, but my favourite would be the chocolate bar, and the chocolate dessert. They're all good. So here's how I'm going to work it when I go back to work. I'm going to have the shake in the morning, and that'll be around 7:30 in the morning. About 10 o'clock I'm going to have my bar or half of it, depending on how I'm feeling. I'll have the vegetables, my 1 cup of vegetables at lunchtime, and around 3 o'clock I'll have another bar, just because I find that I get hungry later in the afternoon. That's my danger time. And then I'll have my vegetables for dinner. You're allowed 2 cups of vegetables, so it's okay. I have to say, today I'm feeling a lot better, but yesterday and the day before, massive headaches, carb withdrawals, just feel like a hangover, felt pretty seedy, and my stomach felt tight and quite uncomfortable. What else? One thing that I did think helped was that while my husband was cooking dinner, and you're allowed these, I sucked on the sugar-free lollies. And that's an example of some of them there. That's the lemon and lime ones. Look, that actually really helped, because it was actually just about in tears, smelling him cooking his dinner and not being able to have any. So I think anything that you can do to kind of get your mind off it. I went for a walk outside and that, but like, I came back in the house and it still smelled of his food, and I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable eating in front of me. So I sort of sucked it up. Sucking on the sugar-free lollies definitely kind of helped. Other than that, I mean, you're allowed soft drink in this phase, so I've had some Coke Zero, which I'm pretty addicted to, but I'm going to have to wean myself off, because can't have fizzy drinks after the op. Although I don't mind water and I'll happily drink that. So I'm just learning to sip on the water, and I'm practicing not having drink with my food, because you're not allowed to have drink after the surgery for 30 minutes before your food and 30 minutes after your food. So that's sort of new things that I'm practicing. What I'm noticing is that I'm having to think a bit about the emotional eating, and also the eating for boredom, and that, because it's all right at the forefront right now that I'm actually into this. But having said that, I'm plugging through it, and it's a good time to actually start getting your head around some of that stuff and how it works for you before you've actually had the surgery, because they're going to be the major things on the other side as to whether or not it works. Because while your appetite is taken away, while you can't eat as much, those bad habits of stuffing food down your throat to make yourself feel better or to self-medicate will come to the forefront. So they're certainly things I'm trying to get a handle on now. Anyway, that's me for this week. I'll talk to you next week. See you.